Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how you can digitally colour in a glowing star background, much like this one that I have on my Sailor Girl pinup page. This page is exclusive to my Creative Happy Life Club members, so every month I create a new colouring page and send these to members of the club, and then they get to colour them in however they wish. And part of that includes my own rendition of the page, and for this one in particular, I've tried to go with a vintage tattoo style theme, and that is exactly what I'm going to teach you today, how to achieve this rustic looking glowing star background. So it is super simple to achieve this effect. In fact, I think you'll be surprised how easy it is, and we're going to dive straight in now. So I will turn off this layer because this is my artwork. So I just pop that layer off and I'm left with the line art for this colouring page. I do have this set as a reference as well, so Procreate recognises all of these solid lines when we're colouring in. So I'm going to add a new layer just beneath the line art, and I've also created a colour palette here. As you can see, only 3 colours, super simple, and I will pop this in the description below as well, so you can import this palette into Procreate if you want to use these exact colours. The first colour we're going to use is this teal, so if we select that, doesn't really matter what brush we've got selected, because we're going to head here to the magic wand, click recolor. Sorry if you can hear anything, that's a bus going past. And once you click recolor, you'll see this little crosshair appear on the screen. And if you just move that to the first layer that you want to start colouring in, so we'll have this one here, and then you tap on all the other areas that you want to fill with that same colour. Once we've done that, if we head to the layers panel, click on that layer that we've just done and click select, so we isolate those pixels that we've just coloured in, pop in a new layer, head to the colour palette, select black, and then for our brush we are going to click touch-ups and noise brush. So I'm going to set my noise brush at 50%, and I'm just going to colour around the edge of this, what is it called? The ship's wheel thing. I literally can't think for the life of me what it's called. How awkward. But anyway, I'm just going to colour around the edge of that. So if I zoom in so you can see what I'm doing, and you'll notice there's a very, very subtle texture that's being added here. So if I zoom in even more, hopefully you can see what that's done. And I'm just going to bring that brush size down a little bit and intensify the edges. So my original design and the colour choices was inspired by Sailor Jerry tattoos, and they typically have quite a lot of use of the colour black, and also the colour palette is quite limited, and I think that was to do with the sort of ink that was available in that kind of old school era of tattoos. And I think the final design looks awesome, but this is something super simple that you can apply to any colouring page really. Okay, so once we've done that, head back to your layer panel, add another new layer, and we're going to carry on using this noise brush, the same colour, and I'm just going to bump the size back up again to 60%, and I'm just going to lightly go over the entire background. So you can see there, it's very, very minimal. And then brand new layer again. We're going to change the brush. We will use airbrushing, hard airbrush, and we'll change the colour, I've got it here, to white. I think maybe set your brush size at about 15% for this one, and we're just going to do a few random dots which will be the bigger glowing stars. And then we'll reduce our brush size down. I'm going to go with 5% and we'll add in some smaller dots. I think I need one more bigger star here, it looks a bit odd. It's kind of up to you how many you add in. It'll look really effective no matter what you choose, to be honest. As you can see, areas which I think need bigger stars, I'm just adding in. But it's all down to personal preference, what you think looks good. You might do a lot less stars than me, or you might do more. Perfect. And then we'll add another new layer. You don't have to add a new layer, but as I've mentioned before, I like to keep things quite separate. So if I want to go back and change something, I can do it quite easily. So add another new layer. We're going to change our brush to soft airbrush and maybe try it at 25%, 26%. And then very lightly just add in a glow around the bigger stars. So if you start with light pressure on your Apple Pencil and then you can build it up to achieve the amount of glow that you want it to have. And there we have it. That is our glowing star background. So if I just head back to the original artwork, if I drag that up to the top a second and turn that on, so you can see that it's exactly the same effect. The only difference is that on my original design, the stars are slightly smaller, and on this one, the stars are slightly bigger. It really makes no difference. It's totally personal preference, but hopefully you can see just how easy it is to achieve something that looks really quite fantastic. If you have enjoyed this tutorial and you found it easy to follow along, then please leave me a comment or give me a thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel as well, because of course I'm going to carry on doing more tutorials like this in the future. And if you do have a tutorial that you would like to see for digital adult colouring in Procreate, then by all means let me know in the comments below and I will do my very best to try and deliver that to you. Also, if you'd like to know more about my Creative Happy Life Club, where you can get exclusive colouring pages every single month that you can colour in digitally or you can print out at home, then I will also leave I will also leave a link in the description box below this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and happy colouring.